No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Alright, guys, welcome back to more Ignorance in Basketball. Now, I know most of you are borderline distraught because you cannot see my beautiful face, and I apologize for that. But we will be on Twitch today at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because we have to get into this Nick Briz drama. You think we're going to miss out on this? Of course not. Some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. Tune in to find out. We're going to watch it together as a cult, and it should be a lot of fun. But alas, this video is not about Nick Briz or Chris White or the Savage Squad, which is cringy. It's about Landry Shamet, who some of you know I have beef with. Now, for those who haven't heard this story, let me tell it one last time. Let's be real, anytime Landry messes up, I will be bringing up this story, but let's just say it for those who haven't heard it yet. I'm in the grocery store. I see Landry, right? This was a couple years ago. I think he was on the Clippers. I didn't know his name, but I'm like, oh, that's the dude that plays for the Clippers. Now look, I didn't go up to the man. I didn't ask for an autograph. I didn't ask for him to sign my t-shirt. I didn't ask for a picture. All I did was I walked by him. We made eye contact, so I just gave him like a nod. Not even like a, oh shit, you're Landry Shamet nod. It was like a, you know when you just see somebody, you're walking past them down the street and you just like acknowledge them? It was like that. Imagine if you did that to somebody and they looked at you, you made eye contact, and then they just looked away. I think we can all agree that people that do that are pieces of shit. That's not my opinion. That's the gospel, okay? So that's what I went through, and it still hurts me to this day. That's why I bring it up. So me and Landry have beef. It is real. He thinks about it. I think about it. Now, I know most of you are wondering, like, come on, how can he fix this? How can he rectify the situation? He's losing sleep at night. And look, there's only one thing he can do to get my forgiveness. Come to me in person, get on your hands and knees, and beg to me like a dog. Anything less than that, you will never be forgiven. But I am rooting for you because you're on my team. So, with that being said, here are the reasons of why I think Landry, even though he's objectively a garbage human being, is a great addition to the Phoenix Suns. Okay? Number one, actually, let's get the obvious out the way. He's a great shooter. High 30s, low 40s, that's where he's been at for his career so far, and I'm expecting him to continue to do the same thing this season. You know, the more consistent shooters you can have on a team, the better. That's how I see it. So, and he's not just like your typical, sit like a PJ Tucker, somebody that just kind of sits in the corner and shoots threes. He's more of like a JJ Redick, runs around a bunch of screens, can shoot off the dribble. Like, he's a skilled shooter, which I think is very valuable. Because even if Landry doesn't touch the ball for a play, him running around screens and moving well off the ball, it causes chaos for the other team on the defensive end, And another thing is that if you have somebody like a Steph Curry or, whoever the point guard is on the other team, Landry's not somebody you can hide a defender on. Like, you could get away with putting Steph Curry on like a Torrey Craig. He's not going to get in the post and really take advantage of that mismatch. But guarding somebody like a Landry isn't going to be easy because he's always going to be running around, cutting. They're going to drop actions for him where he's going to be running off screens and all that stuff. And that shit is tiring. He really reminds me of like a JJ Redick. Just more athletic, and he can do a couple more things I will talk about, but he's that type of player to me. Another thing that I really like about Landry's game is that he can put the ball on the floor. I've talked about this a lot. When it comes to the playoffs, the more people that you have that can create their own shot, the better. Because if I'm going against the Suns, the main thing I'm trying to do is get the ball to Chris Paul's hand and let other people make plays. Now, when you put it into the hands of somebody like a Torrey Craig, let's be real. If you run Torrey Craig off of the three-point line and he doesn't have a direct line to the basket, I'm not feeling great about that fucking offensive possession. It's probably going to be a charge or a turnover or, best case scenario, a missed shot. But Landry's got a floater. He's got a nice one dribble pull-up. He's got a nice two dribble pull-up. So if he gets run off the three-point line, I'm not like, oh, fuck, here's the turnover. You know, so I feel good about things like that. And there's not that many players that I could say that about, to be honest. Another thing, he's actually got some sneaky athleticism, and he can finish inside. Like, he might catch a body this year. I wouldn't be shocked if Landry dunked on somebody. Now, I would have mixed feelings about it because I too have been disrespected by this monster of a human being. But at least the Suns are winning. And also, you guys know, I have no sympathy for any other NBA player. Are you kidding me? You think I give a fuck about your feelings? Please. Wipe your tears with your millions of dollars and go to sleep. I don't give a fuck. So there's that. Also, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I wrote a list down. What do you guys want? What do you guys want? So Landry, offensively, he runs around a lot of screens. He can shoot off the dribble, 3-pointers. Like I said, he's got a 1-dribble, 2-dribble pull for the mid-range game. He's got a floater. He's sneaky athletic. He might dunk on you, but at the very least, he can finish inside better than a lot of, like, at least forwards are. As far as his passing goes, I'm not saying he's going to be running the offense, but he's got, like, typical 2-guard passing skills, I would say, you know. He finds the open guy. If somebody like a McHale's going to cut, I would trust that if Landry does have the ball in his hands, he's not going to miss him wide open underneath the rim. You know, just basic stuff like that. I feel like he's like a pretty solid, sound, smart player. You know, he's obviously not a veteran yet. He hasn't been in the league that long, but I would trust him from what I've seen. Obviously, we have a lot more looking to do, but from what I've seen, to make the right play. Another thing, he makes decisions quickly. That's a big thing. Again, I'm not trying to pick on Torrey Craig, but nobody told you to go to the Pacers, bruh. So, fair game. But somebody like a Torrey Craig, I noticed that when he would get rebounds, the ball would just stick a little bit too long, and it bothered me. It's like, Torrey, get the rebound, give it to Chris Paul or Devin Booker, and just run forward. We don't need to pretend that you're going to be running the offense. I don't know what you're doing here, but the less time with the ball in your hands, the better I feel. And it seems like our boy Landry is aware of that for himself. So, I mean, even though that's not something huge, I noticed stuff like that. And lastly, defense. Like, is he going to be as good as our boy Javon? Probably not. But Shamet, he's bigger. And he tries. He's not a lazy defender, but I feel with defense, it's like there's really either you have it or you don't. And I feel like he's like average. So, but I think that's it. So, in conclusion, as they say, Landry, you know, he can shoot off the dribble. He can create his own shot from the 3-point line, from the mid-range. He's got a floater. He can finish inside. He's got some sneaky athleticism. His defense is about average, but he seems like a smart player, pretty sound player. I don't think he's going to be doing a lot of goofy shit to piss me off. And he tries on defense, so I'm not mad at the pickup. I think it was a really good move. I feel like he's a pretty solid player coming off the bench. He could, like, I would not be surprised if he had a couple high 20, maybe even 30-point games this season coming off the bench. So I'm excited to see what he can do. The beef will probably never be squashed just because I am petty like that, and I don't care how much sleep he loses over it. It is what it is, and I will never forget. Never forget. But that's it for this video. You guys let me know again if you like this type of video, or if you guys need to see my facial expressions when I say the goofy shit that I say. So you guys let me know. That's it for today. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.